Hey guys, it's Alex from the Disciples here with another episode of Tap Tuesdays. We're vibing. It's actually on a Tuesday as well. Yeah. So we've
Yeah.
got Moffat.
Hello, gamers.
I don't know, because you pointed in the first direction for Moffat, but he's like on my
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
wasn't where I
oh,
was.
is it actually? Or was it not?
Yeah. I don't know if your orientation. Hi, I'm Gabriel. Yay.
Gabriel. And then
You're,
You.
you're pointing
Yeah.
like you're outside of the camera. You're like literally pointing that way.
Tristan.
I just-
Hi.
Okay, we're scuffed today. Anyway.
Just today.
Every day.
Just today. We never scuffed before. Never scuffed. So we have a unique experience on the podcast where all of us topped an event this weekend. Some may have been
Crazy.
more prestigious than others. Obviously talking
YCS Wales, of
about
course.
YCS Wales. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
IRL was, yes.
that is the most prestigious one here.
yeah. It wasn't the Tesco one though, so it's not quite as prestigious.
But
But yeah, no. So it's also another one. We were all playing birds as well,
Yeah, that's true.
which is kind of nice to see as well, I think. But from a team's perspective. But yeah. Right. Okay. We're gonna go over shit. Calm. I don't know
You're
what to
doing
say.
you're doing great, Alex.
I'm doing
All right.
great.
you sound like you really want to be here.
I came
Yeah,
home from locals.
everyone's loving to be here.
I came home from locals with my gold bulk, and a
Ooh.
Prankins place that says Betty on it. Let's go.
Order
Yeah, okay,
as much,
so
really.
me and Gabe travelled all the way from like basically London to Newport for a regional. Tristan travelled from the north to Wales for a
Yeah.
regional. I was really honestly, if you didn't tell me you were there, I was shook if you were there because I thought it seemed really far for you. But
It was only like a 2.5 hour train. It
And
wasn't
that's
too bad.
that's only.
I mean,
that's
yeah,
like-
Quicker than it was for you guys, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like how long it was for us, but for driving. But yeah. So we left.
which was
here-
long.
It was long. I feel like the journey there it wasn't actually that bad.
Actually, not that bad.
But like once I got you, but like
The worst part was getting into Heathrow and then you picking us up from Heathrow. Because you left us there waiting for like 1.5 hours in car park
Car
from
park,
Terminal
too.
3. And then you decided that you go in the wrong terminal. So like it took us like an hour or two, me and Leon to get picked up by you. But other than that, it was a chill journey.
yeah, it was chill.
This is what happens when I'm not around to drive everyone.
Yeah, we need a
I don't know.
driver. We need an upgrade here. It's rough.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was gonna play Sword Soul for the event. I was gonna play Birds, then I wanted to play Sword Soul because I was like, I know Sword Soul better, and then I played Birds instead because Gabe told me I was trash.
Yes.
Sure.
And yeah, I played
worked.
Birds. Gabe played Birds. Tristan played Birds. We all played the same list of birds. That was pretty cute.
Card by
Um,
card.
Yeah,
Because I made the list and then Tristan copied it and then you copied it.
yeah.
Yep.
You just told me to play it, and I was like, sure, why not? It was like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I had
still
so
some,
that
don't-
felt
but
good.
I feel like
yeah, I don't, you,
I demanded there was a second wagtail. Did it ever come
That-
up? Probably not.
You
Definitely came off,
demanded
definitely came off.
you demanded win, and then win was actually
Yeah,
good,
win.
so
Yeah.
we were calling
I
win. a
only
Tristan
summoned win
contribution.
in our batch, Gabe. I was doing something summoned win.
I summoned the win to crash into Dark Claw, Search Warbler, which is pretty sick.
Bonus points.
Did it work? No.
No,
But, I mean, we tried.
we tried.
In theory.
Yeah, no.
In theory, it was there, you know.
Do you guys want to go over your rounds? I'm down.
Just assuming I remember them.
Um,
Go on. Why?
Long time ago now.
Yeah, it was like 3 days ago. Okay, I played Madolce round one. I actually lost this game, but my opponent scooped instead of kept on playing, and then I won that game because he scooped. Then round 2, I played Dinosaurs. He died. Round 3, I don't know. Round 4, Altergeist, of course, UK. I lost that one.
UK event without Altergeist.
Yeah, my deck was really powerful because I opened double Nibiru, Ash, Imp, Wagtail going first. Then I draw Desires. Actually, it does Desires. And then I draw Cobalt, Fractal, sorry. I'm like, oh, Fractal, that's a playable one. I look at my banish.
Uh-oh.
Top cards. Nerval. I'm like, it's not a playable one. Ah. So I lose Then I play, what was that, round 4? Round 5, Sword Soul, round 6, PK. I got Scythe comboed, then I win game 2 and 3. And then I played G-Nets himself on table like 4.
What happened in our game, buddy?
I got thoroughly outskilled game 1, and then game 2 I did what I know best, and I took him to the Mystic Mine. After he took me there, so we were both there willingly.
Yeah.
Willingly, we were both there.
Did you decide Mr. Mine's going first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both started mine.
What?
It's because we were making the other one go second, both side in the mirror.
Yeah.
So like we both just sided mine, and then there was a board state. Oh, we needed a picture of the short clip here. If anyone would bother trying to, it's like there's like mine, and there's a Zeus, and there's another Mystic Mine.
Yeah, it was a bit.
The board is 2 Mystic Mines and a Zeus chilling in the middle.
Yeah.
And then a lot of set cards.
I love it.
I don't think I should have set as many cards as I did, but we did anyway.
Any of them could have been imperm.
It was just imperms facing each other. Like they are not doing anything.
I'm pretty sure Betty had like 3 Dark Rulers set at one point.
No, it was just 2. Just in case.
Okay.
Just in case. Yeah. Anyway, that was our match. I got 6th. Gabe, do you remember your rounds?
Yes, I found them. So I played Despia round 1.
Of course.
Despia.
It was very Despia.
No, that's...
Bro, same. I don't know the cards. The thing's like, I made a board, right? He goes Pancatrops. He tries to pop Ensemble, can target. Then he tries to pop Simorg, can target. Then he tries to pop Apex, can target. Then he tries to pop F-Zero. Like, I mean, you can try. It doesn't work.
Wait, did you like tell him to go back? Sorry, can't target this one.
Nah,
Sorry,
I made him target the DDL basically. I was too nice. I was in a good spirit.
You handed him the optimal play.
Yeah, and then he goes like summon a Cleage. I'm like, Sword Soul. I'm like, okay, that's Sword Soul. Goes a Cleage effect. Someone falling off foul bus, and I'm like, what the fuck? Then I go ensemble and I get like super polyed. Like he summons Titanic Lad. I panic. I'm like, what the fuck does Titanic Lad do? I've never read this card through the fact. Turns out it doesn't do anything.
Oh, so you won.
He just gains attack. Yeah, I won.
Oh,
I lost to Hero round 2. He was way too full. He opened Ferris Mali all 3 games. So first game he goes Ferris Mali. I DD Crow preemptively because I was trying to play around him, like just going that first feint. Turns out he drew the second Mali that game. I drew Crow all 3 games. The other 2 games I didn't Crow, and he didn't draw the Mali. So I thought that was pretty funny.
He's just better than you.
I thought it was so sad. Game 3 had 2 draws, and then the draws were like Fusion Destiny Ash from Liquid Soldier.
Of course.
Then I could play through DP, but I couldn't play through the Ash. So I lost that. I won against Sword, so I remember just Mystic Mind. That's what I remember. He made me go first. I passed. He passed to Gamma. Then he got Mystic Mind.
Solid. Solid.
I played Blurred round 4, but remember, it was like 5 minutes. I comboed, then I gammaed.
5 minutes?
Yeah, with a deck check. With a deck check.
Yeah, I remember.
But only your opponent got deck checked.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. No, like I'm sitting at the table, like round 5, my opponent's not there. So I look around this guy saying, "Oh, I'll be right there." Like, because he's getting deck checked, so I started picking up my cards because I thought they want deck check as well. Because usually they deck check the whole table.
Yeah.
No, they just deck check my opponent, not me.
No, they just deck checked you.
Trustworthy guy, apparently.
They trust you. Yeah.
He's got the jersey on, easy.
Yeah, exactly. I played Geist, then I played Madoche, and then I played Alex Robertson. Yeah.
That's me.
Peak UK experience. Geist, Madolce, and then Alex Robertson.
Yeah,
that is a UK.
Literally.
The Mystic Mind, Alex Robertson. the standard. Oh, your round 7 was sick, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I thoroughly outplayed my opponent round 7. I'll go through my previous rounds just so you get the build up. Okay, so round 1, I play against Striker and I lose. In game 3, he unnecessarily reveals Pot of Avarice, and I felt even worse about losing. I would have felt better if he just didn't activate it. He did not need to use it to win. And then round 2 I played against a kid playing Cyber Dragon. And I was sat next to him at round 1, so I knew he was playing Cyber Dragon. And then he won the die roll and chose to go first anyway. He lost. Round 3 I played against Pendulum. This was a great match. So game 1, I full combo and he scoops. Game 2, he goes activate scales, and then Pendulum summons harmonizing. I ash it, and then he goes, okay, make Verte. Verte send Fusion Destiny, and then he sends Celestial and Dasher from his hand. And then I just draw top deck Imperm for DP, and then he loses. So that was great. It literally took us longer to get match slips than it did for the match to finish.
That
round
happened a
4.
couple of times this weekend.
Yeah.
I had to wait for my slips like twice.
The matchups were taking forever. But, oh well.
And then I played round 4 against Dino. He punted the game unbelievably in game 3, and he was really upset. But then he told me that in his entry packs he pulled DP, Small World, Small World. So I was like, what does it matter? You didn't deserve to get lucky anyway. Round 5, I played against 60 card, like maybe blind second Phantom Knight. I don't even know.
Yeah.
He mained Mystic Mine and Dark Ruler. The game 1 he just Dark Rulers me, and then combos me, I think, through Crow. And then game 2 just takes forever because I make him go first, and he goes Scorpio effect, and I ash it, and then he goes activate Mystic Mine pass. I'm like, oh, I don't really know what to do. So we just passed back and forth for ages until eventually he tried to play, and then I hand trapped him, and then I tried to play, and then we went into time, and I made assembled, so we drew. Round 6 I played against Geist, naturally. A hard fought victory, following up from my round 7 where I turned up and he didn't, so I won.
Wait,
Round 7.
did we all play the same Geist guy? Lewis, Tzeki.
Yeah,
I don't remember his name.
I played this one.
Do you remember
He
what
was
his
really
map
nice.
was? Do you remember what his map was like?
No.
Did he have glasses?
No, he didn't have glasses.
Oh, maybe it was a different Geist guy.
The same.
Oh,
It would be very funny if we played the same guy around 4 or 5, like
4 or 5 days, yeah.
Imagine he plays 3 Disciples in a row.
That'd be funny.
and just loses all 3. That would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It would be a bit of a traumatizing.
I lost to him though.
Oh,
that was
he
my
actually
Fuck's
opened
sake,
Imperm
Paddy.
paper and just didn't Imperm me until right at the very end. And he Imperms my Draco, and I'm like, oh damn, he's gonna nib me. And then he reveals Faker, and I'm like, oh, I mean this is fine because I held Canary because I assumed he was gonna nib me. And then he goes Faker effect. I'm like, DDL bounce so that he can't resolve Silk. And then he summons Kunk, and then he goes Kunk negate DDL. I'm like, this just doesn't do anything because DDL can just send itself, sure. And then I summon Canary because I know he's not going to nib me now because he's resolved Faker, and then he loses.
That's the worst Imperm Faker ever.
He summoned Meliseek and he attacked, and then I took it, and then I realized it was level 1, so I could just overlay with it. But he
Yeah.
Oh my god,
scooped so much.
I overlaid with Malice this weekend as well. I took it when he attacked, and then I overlaid for Assembled.
Broken.
Oh, no, UK regionals.
The only UK
Yeah,
regionals. So yeah, I got 6th, Gabe got 7th, Tristan got 8th. Right?
Yeah,
First regional top.
we are
Tristan's
right
first
on the
regional
bottom.
top. Oh,
made it,
one
that's what that
X11, imagine. The only 3 X11s. That was us.
Not
Wait,
so-
you played each other? But you two
Uh,
played each other last round?
Yeah, and Tristan had the draw during the.
Wait.
Anyway, I think I do not regret playing my bird deck anymore. Then after going to locals today and teaching a guy how to play birds better, he beat a Sword Soul board going second with just like a canary. That was pretty insane.
Bro, it just does.
It just
People
does.
just-
And following that moment, I've learned that it's just the best deck.
It
So
is. Now, imagine this guy had Blackout Shishao and the Trap.
Yeah.
Blackout.
the level 10.
Sorry, Baron.
Baron,
Baron
okay.
Shishao and Blackout. I go like I have Warbler Cobalt, but everything resolves. Like the first reciter resolves, the second reciter resolves. I make small F0, I make big F0, and everything is resolving. I'm just shook. I'm like, okay, why am I this far? Why is everything resolving? We just
I
don't
don't
use
get
the
that.
cards correct. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
I summoned F0 and he's like,
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can go back to Sword Soul now. I've been changed. But
It's
Well,
just the
there's a
most
fact.
fair deck of the format. Like, why would you bother?
I don't know. It was fun.
Currently, a
Yeah,
lot of people are buzzing.
I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed playing it. I really did enjoy playing it. Apart from when I would just open like 10 forehand traps, blackout, going second.
Beast.
I don't
So, how was the remote duel YCS?
know. Yeah.
How was your first remote duel experience?
Yeah, well, I didn't play the last remote duel because I was inactive in the game at that point. So I was watching you guys have the best time at Barney's, struggling to talk to your opponents, seeing them shark you with the fun stuff. So I was like, you know what, I can't miss out on this. I've got to experience it for myself. And so I think they announced it. I think Newport was announced as well at the same day, but I knew I had my work Christmas party the Friday before, so this Friday just gone. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make it to Newport hungover again. That's a story for another time, I'm sure, Betty.
Down, 100% down.
Or maybe later, if we have time, maybe.
Maybe later. Maybe
But
later.
yeah, so I had my Christmas party the Friday. So I had to set up all my remote duel stuff because I hadn't done it before. I'd done 0 remote dueling. So luckily, some of the guys helped me. Like I think Betty helped me a bit, set it up and everything, get it working, tell me what to do, etc. My remote duel setup obviously was super scuffed, so I had a golf club with the webcam on top, duct taped to my monitor stand. It was like a bit dodgy throughout the day because it kind of started to slip a little bit, so I had to kind of just like move my mat towards like where it was slipping towards. So I was like so worried, like I don't know, I'd be on stream or something and it would just collapse and I'd be like game lost instantly.
The webcam just fell.
My webcam fell.
And you see the golf club lying. But yeah, so all set up. I was all ready to go. I had my Christmas party. So I think I left Friday morning to go to work, and I knew I wasn't coming back till like late Saturday morning for the remote. I set my alarm for 8:40. I think it was 9 o'clock start. Wanted like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to like wake up or whatever I needed to do. Great time, great Christmas party as always with the company I work for. And obviously we're in Reading, so where else would you go late apart from Purple Tail? Shout out to Purple Tail. If you're watching this and you know Purple Tail, shout out to you. It's a great place. So I think it got to, so it's open very late, it's up to like 4, which is like in Reading the latest. It's not like London where they're open like till 6 or whatever. And I think it got to like 3 a.m. and I was not feeling great. I definitely had too much to drink. I thought it was 1 a.m. at the time. I looked at the time and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to be up in like 5 hours to fucking play Yu-Gi-Oh! And everyone knew I was playing. But not just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Play Yu-Gi-Oh! In my room.
In your room, okay.
Yeah.
So imagine trying to explain that to everyone at the time. But like, I had a good night, you know, I was talking to this girl and she was very interested and I was like, what do I do here? There's 2 options. There's 2 options here. There's 2 options here. It's like, okay, sit this through, see what happens, you know. I was feeling super drunk and I knew I had to get home regardless of like whatever was going on because I was worried it could end badly. And I was like, nah, what do I prioritize in my head right now? And I was like, I stood up and was like, sorry, I'm going home. I didn't say I'm going home to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay,
But I decided I'm too drunk to stay here. I'm going home to sleep so I can have some rest before I play Yu-Gi-Oh! All day at my desk. And got home at like 4 a.m., like conked out, woke up at 7 a.m. and I was like, I'm not in the mood to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For like 10 hours time. And I was like, I was so close to just turning my alarm off at that point. But I was like, nah, I'm going to commit to this. Sam can do it. I can do it. I'm going to see how this goes.
Sam didn't even play.
Well, true. Yeah, Sam didn't. So I woke up at like 8. I think we had a little group chat. It was me, Henry, Sam, and Tim. Everyone who said they were going to play the event. We did a little bit of event testing, blah, blah, blah. And then I messaged them, okay, who's awake gamers? I was still drunk at this point, I'm pretty sure as well. And like Tim was like, oh yeah, I'm playing from bed, so I'm not going to come. Sam didn't reply, it turned out he did. I think Henry was working, so he couldn't play in the end. So I was the only one from the team awake. Definitely not actually awake, but was there in person. So my first round, functioning slightly. And to be honest, my first round opponent was really nice. She was super friendly. She was playing Eldritch, I think. And luckily... Yeah, I know, right? A rare occurrence, I guess.
Maybe it was.
But yeah, she was maybe. Imagine.
She wanted to go to Warren.
But yeah, like, I'm so happy that she was like super calm because I was just such a mess at this point. I was like misplaying. everywhere and everything. Like I didn't know what I was doing, and somehow I managed to. I think game one I got Imperial ordered, and I was like, I had like 2 spells in hands and like not enough cards to play. And I was like, wow, this is round 1. I guess I maybe should go back to bed. But somehow came back game 2 and 3. And then the rest of the day, it got like carried on that way, kind of. Like I woke up a bit more. I had a monster at some point. I started to feel a bit better, but fuck me, I felt so bad. I was so tempted to like, if I lost one round, I was tempted to drop on next one. But I continued through. I ended the first day on 7-1. Had like KFC after that. Went straight to bed. I had like 10 hours sleep. It was blessed. It was blessed.
You woke up, you played Yu-Gi-Oh for 10 hours, and you had KFC, and you slept.
And then you slept.
Literally. I woke up, I felt I was blessed. I was like, okay, this is great. I have the energy now to do well. So I think because it was like 7:15, I just X2, all X2s were going to top, especially ones in X1. So I just needed to win that one round. And this round was definitely my favorite round, I think, of all of them. So it was against Striker DPE. I think I can't remember if he made me go first or not, but either way, game 1 I had like the full combo. When I got to the barrel summon, he imperm nipped me, and I was like, fuck. Like, I actually could have played around. I could have held the 1-for-1, but like it would have left me no follow up. So I decided to keep the follow up and lose to that if he had it, and he had it. And then I think he raised, and then adds engage, blah blah, sets like 2, set up DPE, but he pops. I can't remember what he popped exactly. I think it was the nib token because he kept it up because all he did was attack directly with Hayate. And then so nibs, not nib. DPE's engrave. I have a Tenki, so Imperm isn't doing anything if I top deck here. I think I have like barrel and like a try or something like that. I know he has 2 sets. One of them is Widow Anchor with everyone's shark cannon, so like I can't play through with the 2 cards I have. I was like, hey, okay, what can I top deck in this scenario to only worry about the 2 back row? And I was like, okay, it's DD Crow, right? Because Imperm's not going to do anything. And I'm like praying. I was like, okay, please, let's see a crow. I draw it, and it's a fucking crow. I'm like, what the fuck? Literally felt like an anime protagonist right there in that moment.
All scenes, bro.
Literally remote all scenes. Just 100% legit. No, like.
If it was your opponent, you would call him a cheater, like 100%.
Yeah, true. But like, yeah. And then I won that game from there. And then game 2, I think I had like just a fractal play. It got like Drolled, which was fine because I was only adding Nervo anyway. Summon Zimorg, summon Apex, set 1 mysterious card. He activates Rotor, I train Imperial Order, SGG Striker, and I have to negate if he has the thing. So I was like, oh, that was a game that secures me on top cut, I guess. So that was great fun. But yeah, just as I won't go through my matchups, I can't remember which ones are which exactly, but through Swiss, I played 4 birds then. That was my only loss. I think I misplayed, to be honest. I don't think it was a case of getting sacked or not drawing well enough. I played 3 Sword Soul, 2 Eldritch, and then the Striker DPE.
2 Eldritch.
So quite a good, 2 Eldritch. I wasn't expecting that many. But yeah, I was surprised to play that many birds. And when I played that many birds, I was like, okay, well, surely like there's going to be like 50% of people are playing birds at the tournament. But I think in the breakdown, it was like less than 25%. I think it was like 15%. So I just got a lot of birds apparently. And it was all day 1. So it wasn't like it was just people that were doing well either.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, it's the second most represented deck because for some reason they put it as because they split Tenny starts so DP. So if you place this together, slightly more.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. So made the top 32, and so I literally, because I knew I think Herman was X2, but the last round I knew I was X1, so I was like, well, I'm gonna play an X2. In my head, I was just like, I don't want to play Herman because I don't know what the fuck V-Troopers do.
You literally said it on the group chat, and then
I was like, I don't want to play V-Troopers. Like, I had a faint idea, but like not enough to like be confident in all of my plays. And then I saw it, and I counted down from where I was. I think I finished 6th after Swiss, and I was like, no, don't be Herman, don't be a fuck Herman. But yeah, that match went a lot better than I thought it was, to be honest. Game 1, I think I didn't play well. I think I went 2nd. I probably could have played slightly better into it. I think he had like DPE, like 2 hand traps, and one of the weird negate thingies, either the crow or the negate. I can't remember which one. Game 2 was the most interesting game. So I think I didn't fuck up. I think he had like a really good hand trap to completely blow my play off. So I passed on literally nothing. I had like 3 cards in hand though, so he was playing around hand traps, and I was like, the only way I can win this is like bluffing a nib and hope he doesn't kill me, basically. So I think I was like just trying to like just say, oh, I wasn't obviously counting summons or something like that. I was trying to like bait, asking lots of questions. What does this do? Trying to like think of playing my hands, and then I was like, he did summon the guy that added or whatever, and I was like, oh fuck, I should have done it there, kind of thing. And I didn't have it, by the way. And I think it like probably made it think I did because he ended up just like attacking with like the big guy and one of the smaller guys. My hand was sick as well. It was just like the way it interrupted me stopped me from playing. And so I got to my turn, I just like tempoed from there and won that game. But it went on for quite a while because there was a lot of back and forth. But as soon as I got to my turn, it was kind of game over. And so 5 minutes left, I think, when we finished our round. I know ping, we all know ping, right? 200 burn.
200.
Ping.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, what are we going to do? And I was like, I had a siding plan into like going into it, but like obviously with 5 minutes left from the clock, I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Just scrambling for cards left, right, and center, trying to like just figure out if I thought he might maybe go first at some point as well. So I was like, kind of okay, I'll put these in case he does, and that does. Like I just
Did you know they had a card that burns at that point?
yes, because he did it game one.
Oh, okay. Because I was afraid
I was aware of that.
In years time, that Moffat just wouldn't know they had a B trooper. I mean, no matter what.
No, I was aware of that, and he did obviously burn. I think you go through that, but he didn't slip it away. He's really safe about it. So huge props to Herman for not. He definitely could have just like kept comboing or whatever, but he ended on like I think 1 negate and like a couple of hand traps, and my hand was very linear, so I activated Burko, got ashed, and it was like okay, the only play here is summon Kit, get to the Karash, try and climb into some damage. I think there was like literally like 2 minutes left on the clock when it was my turn, so I was going quickly. But like I said, very linear. I think the Karash got impermed, and yeah, it was game from there. So I was happy to get to game 3, to be honest, considering I should have lost that game 2. But yeah, no, I was happy to get to top 32, considering how hungover I was and sleep deprived the day before. It was definitely an achievement for me. Apparently, that's the way to do well remotes.
Did you play much like Birds before the event? You were obviously playing
I
Pendulum.
played a lot of yeah. So I played Pendulum like 2 weekends ago. Decided what am I doing in my life? I need to play actually a good deck. So picked up Birds literally on that day. Really liked it. Obviously, because why wouldn't you? And I played literally like quite a lot of DB, like probably about like 50 to 80 games over the course of that week and a bit.
That's really
That's more
and so I got fairly confident with the matchups and stuff. But I didn't play that many bed mirrors on DB. I don't know, Gabe, or you guys, how many you find, but I played like 3 or 4 bed mirrors across the whole of DB grinding.
Yeah, I don't play a lot as well. So it's not that common. It's weird because DB is like kind of different depending on which ratio you are. Like on the top, there's like a bunch of Drytron for some reason and invoked. In the middle, there's a bunch of swords. So
But yeah, so apparently I had enough practice to do well enough. But like I think I was surprised to win that many mirrors, but because I played a different list to you guys, so I played like Veilers instead of Nibs. I just wanted like just more generic hand traps. I think like I was just worried about playing more Rogue, where Nib would just be a dead card, so I wanted just like a more all-around hand trap. And I was happy with the Veilers. To be honest, they did well enough. I sided like 2 Nibs, which also did well enough. But I think the main difference was the extra deck card, which I played thinking it would come up a lot, and it definitely didn't come up at all. It almost did against B-Trooper, because it actually wasn't the worst card in that matchup to... I can't remember what you get rid of, but there's definitely a card.
Probably, right? This is
DP, apart from DP, I swear there was something else I was thinking of, but I can't remember. But yeah, in theory, the card is Doomigo. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but in theory, like when I was at locals on Thursday, the same locals I went 0-2 at.
Yeah, I was like,
2 days before this was, yes. I was like, if I had Doomigo, I would have won both of those games. Just to like link Climb basically and have some card that does something on the link 3 that isn't some org. But yeah, I still like the idea of playing it, to be honest. I think it's just another really good DP out as well.
Yeah, I kind of get it, but I don't know if there's the room. But then again, I never summon win personally. I don't know what I'm doing with it. It's just there. But
I've summoned it enough times for me to never go back.
I think win comes up enough times that like you wouldn't win the game without. Like it's one of those. I think. Like sometimes like Doomigo would be good, but you could like search Crow or make a slightly different play. But without win, there are some games you just win. unwinnable, especially for Mania Nib. Mania Nib just makes win a lot better.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
do
can
have that
normal-
groove.
You can normal any board, you can make win, you can crash into their guy, add Warbler, just play main shit.
Yeah, no, I haven't found situations where it comes up yet, but that's just me. Maybe just haven't played enough, which is also likely.
Yeah, have you played it like at all?
What, me?
Like, yeah,
No.
it doesn't come up. Have you played?
Yeah, believe it or not, win does not come up when you don't play.
No,
Oh.
I've played like
It doesn't come up turn one.
maybe.
I saw you go to locals like 3 times a week.
I've played like yeah, but I've been playing Sword Sword. I've played like maybe 20
Ah.
matches, maybe 20 matches with birds. And the only time it ever came up was against you, and I don't think it should have come up then. Probably.
I don't know. What did you win? I don't even remember.
I think I win the Cobalt to make a Simorgly. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I remember. I win your Apex.
Yeah, you win
Yeah,
my
that was-
Apex.
that
That
was
was pretty
cool.
insane. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, good weekend
Yeah.
for everyone, I guess. I had fun
I was
playing this
happy. I was
weekend.
happy. Well,
Uh,
okay, I wasn't happy, but I was happy to get the results.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Well, one other thing actually about the remotes, I actually had a really sound experience the whole way through. Like every single opponent I played was really friendly, no sharking, no taking your hands off camera and suddenly judge kind of thing. And so I kind of did the same to my opponents. That I don't know if I was just very fortunate or if because everyone learned from the first one and therefore was better with the second one. But it was extremely well run as well. Like I think I was done by like 7 p.m. we started it. Probably like 9:30, 10. But there was like 20 minutes between every round max, more like 15 minutes on average. So a lot better than the first one.
Pretty good.
that's pretty impressive compared. I mean, the first one was a lot bigger and like
Yeah.
It was the first like, big
definitely
one,
you
right?
learn.
How many
Yeah.
servers did you have in the first one?
It was like 8
8?
or 9. Yeah.
Eh. There's only
You had
3
few,
for
right?
us. Yeah.
No, it was so funny for the first one because you had like some people in round 5 and some people in round 3.
Literally.
Yeah. I remember being like a round ahead of everybody at one point.
Yeah, you were. It was.
Mm.
It was a good weekend though. But like this was, it was nice. It was nice because like, I have kind of missed the regional the grind. It was weird like not having it for like a year and a half, but at the same time, fuck driving that much. Oh my god.
Just-
I think getting the train was my best decision that weekend.
Yeah, well, you were only going on your own, right? So like it was this.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, if I don't know, I don't think I've driven that much for a Yu-Gi-Oh event besides Liverpool. But like,
it wasn't that far.
no,
It's
it wasn't.
short.
It wasn't that bad. But like, when I think about it in hindsight, like if we did that one day, oh my god, no.
Nah, going to Bristol on the Friday
Yeah,
was
if
definitely
we didn't
a
go
good
Bristol
move.
on Friday for Marcus, it would have been.
Ooh, and the
How
food.
was Marcus's?
Hmm?
How was the stay at Marcus's?
It wasn't bad actually. I put a hoodie on and I got cozy. I managed
slept on
to
the floor.
sleep. I managed to sleep in the same room as Leon.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Nah.
No, right. Trust. He passed out first, and I was easily like able to sleep, like.
I can.
And then I
Okay.
woke up. I woke up in the middle of the night, and then I went back to sleep while he was still snoring.
All right.
I have abilities.
You must have been tired. That's what I'm
Nah,
gonna say.
I can just sleep anywhere, bro. Not quite.
So-
Not under.
Okay, so you want the floor.
No, not under the table.
You want the floor next time. We'll give the nice one room up to someone else.
No. That's my room now. Leon
Floor's
gets
kinda my
the
team, though.
Yu-Gi-Oh room. That's my room. No, it was chill. It was nice. It was nice catching up with Marcus.
Yeah, been a while.
Yeah. So
It's
do
a
you want
shame
to tell the
because-
story of what happened then when you actually got there? And...
So fair warning. If you are a Welsh person, I hate you. No, okay.
The entire population of Wales.
Yeah, I did say. I did.
So like 10 people.
Notably, I did say I was gonna cancel Welsh Yu-Gi-Oh. But I'm less salty now, but I'm still salty. So basically, like, what we said we were talked about going to Marcus's like earlier that week, right? Maybe like a week before, week just two.
Yeah.
And then Marcus was like umming and ahhing about, oh, do I play? Do I not play? Like, do I come along? Do I not?
Marcus special.
Yeah, so like earlier in the week he messaged us that the store is being run out, so he's like, oh, can I get a spot? And they were like, if you turn up on a day with your deck list and ready to pay and everything, then as long as there's space you can play. And I was like, that's fair, understandable. So we get there Friday night, late, weird. We go for food. We get some Peng Asian food. Randomly, we're just walking the streets of Bristol. We almost go in a greasy kebab shop, and then we're like, no, we'll hold through, and we end up in this Peng Asian place. And like, you know it's Peng when there's only Asians in there. You know that's the one. You know that's the
We
one.
had this
Yeah.
discussion.
So,
There were
like,
literally
true.
only Asians in the
There were
in
literally
the,
only
in the
Asians.
whole restaurant.
And I think
us.
like they literally like the waiters were speaking in like foreign.
Be careful.
Foreign.
Careful there.
They were speaking in foreign. They were foreign. And then the second they come over to us, they start speaking English and they ask us if we want forks and like spoons and stuff. Like,
Yeah, they know us well.
so
They know us well.
yeah.
I took a fork.
I ate with
Go for it.
chopsticks. I'll take it.
I took a
Benny
fork.
is cultured. I would have taken a fork.
I'm not embarrassing myself.
But yeah, anyway, so we're playing food. We go back to Marcus's. We build Marcus a striker deck with DPE. He gets really excited. He starts playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Starts reading Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He's like, "This bird deck's fucked," and then he's just vibing. He's enjoying himself, and then he gets excited to play Saturday morning. So we go, and then we get there after only half an hour journey. Pretty peng. We get there. We turn up. They make us queue up downstairs for some reason.
For the COVID pass.
For COVID passes. Weird.
I think it's because like the deck list place was like right at the top of the stairs. They didn't want people
Yeah.
to queue on the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
kinda
they
get
just
it.
made everyone just queue together at the bottom,
Yeah.
so everyone was
Yeah,
crammed
it's
there.
kind of like moot anyway. But like, anyway, so we get in, we go upstairs, we ask, "Can you have a place?" They're like, "No. Come back later." And we're like, "Okay." They're
We
like,
come back
when do you want us to come back later? It's like, and like before like once there's no people like queuing to like do like this and stuff. We're like, cool, that's fine. And then they're like, he has to wait outside. And I'm like, why does he have to wait outside in the cold? In the
Yeah.
outside. So he gets made to go wait outside. Every few minutes I go check, I go ask, can he get in? They're like, I'll come back in a minute. And then they're just like, yeah, we don't want him in the tournament because it'll be an uneven amount of players and someone will get a bye. And I just lose it at that point. I'm just like, are you actually telling me that you said he could play and then we get here and you're telling him he can't play, not because the tournament's full, but because you want an uneven amount of people and you don't want an uneven amount of people in the tournament. And I'm
Yeah,
just
'cause-
lost.
It would be
Nobody ca-
unfair.
The cap
Yeah.
was 100 and they had like 94 players,
94
right?
players. And I'm like, there's still room. And like,
A hard announced cap of 100.
yeah,
Like, you
hard
can-
announced. I also heard they made someone's girlfriend who like was just gonna stay in the room, but they made her like go and leave the venue as well for the day, and I'm just like, bruh, like this is a bit
Well,
bit sketchy. So I keep arguing. I'm like, I literally have a screenshot saying you would let him in. Like, why won't you let him in? And the head judge guy, he just would not like accept any of it. And I don't know, like I just got progressively saltier and saltier. I misplayed a lot round one. I had to like dip from the argument after like going back and forth. Like he kept on changing his excuse every couple of minutes. Then I had to go play my round one against Badolce. Didn't know what was going on. Just vibes. And I punted it a few times. Should have lost, but oh well. And then I come back. Can't get them to let up Marcus in. Marcus's phone died. It all went to shit, to be honest. Marcus went home. He has like £300 on my cards now. So sad. But oh well. But no, it's like
This is just so shitty. Because
it's
it was a good
disappointing,
weekend.
really, isn't it? Yeah, it was a really nice weekend. And like,
Kind of got
not
everyone
even-
in a bad mood.
It's not even like it took up space in the venue, because if there's a
Yeah,
buy,
literally.
that's just one person who can leave the venue and go have food or
literally.
something.
Like the thing is, I don't think I would have been like as disappointed if he wasn't like visibly excited to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Because like
You could see the,
You
the
just tag
shine
along.
on Marcus.
yeah, like
Not
if
really
anyone
right.
knows Marcus Patel, like you see that shine in his eyes when he gets excited to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and he was looking forward to go summon Ray, make Shizuku, set 4, pass, like just vibes, and like I don't know, that's just kind of what like really like rubbed me up the wrong way. I was just like, you're literally just not letting him play because you just don't want him to play for some reason. Like it makes literally zero sense for him not to play. Like,
The store owner is just refusing entrance.
Yeah.
Like 20 quid. Like you don't want 20 quid.
yeah, so
Not the store owner, the tournament organizer, right?
yeah. Well, the
Oh, yeah,
store owner had other things, but that's another story for another day. With a special guest
What about
one
the
day, maybe.
What about the pricing though?
Oh, the pricing was
great
great. What do you
pricing.
mean? What do you mean the pricing was great?
Yeah,
You've got.
play mat.
I got a mat. You got a mat. Tristan got a mat. Everyone
Yeah,
got a
we all
mat.
got on that.
You just
And
didn't get anything more. Love that.
that's it.
Just that. Great, isn't it?
We get like I don't know, not like we got badly used to regions having decent
No.
pricing, but like we expect like at least
You
something.
expect something, right?
Something. Give me 3 packs. I
Yeah,
remember
3
playing
packs
like a
like that.
shitty like Cheltenham one that like they gave like at least like 5 packs for all of top 8. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's fine.
much, but it was honest work.
It's honest work.
It was
Yeah,
like-
it's fine. Like I don't know. My
The
first
judges-
ever regional
the-
top, I got nothing as well, and I'm just like, that sucks. Like just getting a map.
Literally
I feel
just
it's
this
one of
shitty
the
play
judges were just like sat opening packs as well. So they
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
had like packs
Oh.
they weren't using.
This
They
is
gave
also
more than
got
me,
me out the
alright.
wrong way. They were like, "Oh, we've got to check your COVID passports." Like Leon had to go do a COVID test.
We have the person.
They just weren't wearing face masks or anything.
Yeah, the judge team.
The judge team just weren't wearing
Yeah.
face masks. They weren't like social distancing or anything. They were just like vibing, like walking around.
Don't
Do you have to wear a
know that-
mask?
Yeah, had to wear a mask.
And we all had to wear
But the
masks,
judges didn't.
but the judges didn't. Like,
Judges
No,
are immune to
You
COVID.
know how, like you should have like lanyards to say if you're immune or something, and most people who
Yeah.
get a lanyard are like, will show that off very proudly. None of them did.
no.
Yeah.
So like, I was a bit like,
Catch you on.
but it is what it is. I
Yeah, it was a
know-
fun weekend regardless. Just
yeah, it was a
kinda,
good weekend. It was just sad that it kind of got
Yeah,
like a bit.
Yeah, well, it started off on a really bum note,
Yeah.
and like I mean, it was like a bad weekend for Marcus because he just didn't get to play.
Yeah, he didn't get to play. He had to go home alone as well. Like I don't know. It was
Yeah.
Home on his own on the train with a dead phone.
yeah, like it's.
On the plus side, I think at least you got to play Cube with Tom Rose the
He got
next
to play
day.
Cube on
That's
Sunday.
fine.
He got to
Cube on
play
Sunday.
Cube on Sunday. No, I don't know. It was nice. It was still a nice weekend, like seeing him and stuff
I'm not sure.
and catching up and like playing 7 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh yes.
With a lunch break. With an hour
Oh,
lunch
yeah.
break at 4 p.m.
Me and Wade.
I think your event would finish. Imagine if we decided at the start of the day whose event would finish first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The remote YCS or in person
Uh,
100-man regional.
Imagine the guy. They say it's not lunch break. Tournament starts at 12. The lunch break is between round 4 and 5.
yeah.
It's at 4 p.m.
It actually wasn't an hour. I think it was 40 minutes because
40
Tom Rose
minutes.
managed
Tom
to
Rose.
talk them down.
Talk
Yeah,
them down a
Tom.
bit, yeah,
Shout out to
but-
Tom. Tom nailed those.
If it was an hour, oh my god! I went to
my God.
KFC. We went to KFC. We went to
KFC.
KFC. Like, we wait. One
Like-
In fact, we all had
We all
KFC
had
Saturday.
KFC, yeah.
We all topped,
yeah.
and we all played too much Yu-Gi-Oh.
I didn't have KFC.
Oh no!
I sat in KFC.
Wait, I had 2.
You were saving
KFC.
you were saving yourself for those 6 burgers you had yesterday.
Yeah.
I
That was
don't know
a
how.
mistake.
Whenever I read a Tristan group chat message, I can't like distinguish anymore if it's like a dream or if it's just reality.
A
If
dream.
it's like if it's one of those Tristan like lucid dreams or if it's just some bullshit.
No. It always cracks me up whenever I see one. I'm just like, I'm too scared. It's like whenever Barney posts a picture in there. When Barney posts a picture, it's comparable to Tristan's paragraph. I'm scared for
Yeah.
both.
If there's like more than 3 lines of text, you know something has gone on.
It's never good.
Nah, I don't know. But what do you think of the format at the moment? Because like we all played birds. We played like different birds, I guess. But
We talked about it in the video that JY posted recently.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I watched that.
yeah, I watched it too. Oh, I watched the other ones as well. Actually,
I read the comments.
It's good.
I
It's
read
good.
the-
Of course he did.
Of course.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I like that kind of content. It's just quick, easy. Like
Yeah, no. Quality. It's good to have more people in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think
I think I enjoyed the format. Oh, you go first, Tristan.
Well, as someone made a point, I think it might have been Gabe or somebody, that the format is good at a regional level because people don't want to play the best deck. But if you play in like, I mean, I guess I would say YCF Top Cut, but the Top Cut like breakdown just disproves that immediately. But like if everybody played Birds, which is probably by far the best deck, or PK because it sets up the most unfair board, the format would be in shambles. but for some reason people want to play third X,
Mm.
and so it just gets you just have an advantage by playing birds.
The format got a lot less bad once PK kind of vanished.
Yeah.
Like, I think like the main thing, if you look at both top cuts, is that there's like one PK between the 64 decks.
Yeah,
There's more B
It's
Trooper
more
than there is
Beetrooper, which is
PK.
mad. That is.
So PK not existing makes the form a lot better, I think. Because like, I think bird mirrors are like less annoying than bird against PK or PK mirrors.
Yeah,
And then
you know what's
Sword Soul's a deck. Proto's an annoying card, but Sword Soul's a deck like I don't feel stressed when I sit down and need to play against Sword.
Yeah, agreed.
I feel stressed when my opponent's playing birds or dry tree.
Mm.
So what do you think about it? It's not actually that. Maybe like we're just overreacting for the worst case scenario, but
Yes,
I think
definitely
I'm having a
worse
decent
format.
time. I'm having a decent time.
Yeah, to be honest, I've enjoyed getting back into it properly in this format. Like, I know you guys at the start were playing how shit it was. I was like, I'm kind of enjoying it. But then again, it could just be because I'm like hadn't played in so long. But the bird, I think once I started playing birds as well, started liking it a lot more. Like Tristan said, you just feel like you're playing the best deck, so you just have that slight advantage already. Even if you play shit, like I definitely did sometimes.
Another
Nice.
thing that like someone mentioned this week. This format feels a lot worse when you're testing than when you're playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like every time you test, it's awful. Like even when you're testing like before regionals, I have a shit time. But when I'm playing, I like it. I don't know if it's because like if everyone plays optimally, it's kind of weird, or if because like if I'm testing with my testing circle, which all kind of trying to do similar things, it's bad. But actually playing events, I've been having a good time. Like I almost entered an American Giant card on Sunday because actually having fun playing.
Yeah, I nearly did as well actually.
Yeah.
considered
I just
it.
I've
didn't.
been playing like a lot
on
of
that side.
I'm playing like a lot of in real life Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I had a locals on Monday, like the charity event. Then I've got another locals on Wednesday, and then that locals is holding a charity event on Saturday. And then like in the next year, I've got like 2 regionals back to back, potentially the YCS, but that doesn't seem like it's happening.
January is going to be a
January.
bad month.
We're on a bender. I'm gassed.
We're on a
We're on a bender.
Let's just hope we can all go on that bender.
Yeah. Oh,
It's a 4-week motive.
I need to do my visas and stuff. Can we do that after? Thank you, Moffat.
Sure.
Calm.
You just gotta click like 3
It's
fingers.
so easy. It's so easy.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
it gets
no.
good. I want to buy American cards.
Mhm.
I want DT cards.
No, I think Pasadena's pretty sick.
I'm pretty, yeah. If
you
it's
said-
Pasadena's more likely to go ahead than Utrecht, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Tons of
confident
flights are
about
getting changed. Tons of flights are getting cancelled. Like my return flight got cancelled. I'm just waiting until like a week from now to see what gets refunded. If I need to book like another return flight,
Yeah.
if the whole thing gets refunded, then I don't know. It might just not happen.
Yeah,
What's Oh, I was gonna say something. I've forgotten. Fuck.
Same.
great job, Eddie.
Top card breakdown, something like
No, don't worry. All good.
Alright. So I guess it's like slight thing. So basically, Grand Creators got delayed for Pasadena, which means we're playing this farm for Pasa.
And Utrecht as well.
or
If it
ba-
goes ahead. Right.
No, so Utrecht can technically be post list. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The no sooner date is the Monday of Utrecht. So in
That'd be
theory, it
mad.
could be different. It would be chaos.
I'm down with
Although
it.
I really enjoy YCSs when they're like right out of a ban list because no one saw the front yet.
Early formats are so good. Like
Yeah.
for like the testing circle that we have, early formats are like the peak that we could have.
It's like the first remote duo YCS when we were playing Dragon Link and no one knew Dragon Link was like playable. Sick. Like that
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
converted.
enjoyed
like,
playing Dragon League that event. It was great.
Yeah, sure. You play the Sam Pearson deck. You got
I
to
did. I should have not played a Sam Pearson deck because I'm not
Should've-
Sam Pearson.
You should have listened to me, which
I
usually goes
know.
wrong.
But if I didn't listen to you, then like the rest of our team would have played Dragon Link Evo because I learned all my spare stuff out.
It's
Fair
true.
enough. Now, but like, so assuming that, what do you kind of want to touch in the list? Because if okay, the format's bad. I guess we kind of discussed it, the JOI thing. But like, what is the one thing right now that like makes you
Order.
more terrified? Is it order? I actually don't think so.
It's not okay. As
it's
bird player,
Scythe.
probably it's not the worst thing, but it's like you
just
definitely lose games to it.
I don't think it's I mean, it's a problem because it's Seki, but I don't think it's like
It's not like format warpingly
the worst
broken.
thing ever.
True. I just think I don't know, but especially I think biased point of view from watching the stream, right? And then
Yeah.
it's like order every game. It's like this is really Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
His game against Luke was like the most depressing. I'm sorry. He opened Vishuddha, Ashuna, Moi, summons Ashuna, makes Monk, doesn't use Vishuddha, just summons Ashuna, then stays there for like 5 minutes, just summons Moi and doesn't do the tiny combo. Then he's like, shit, flips me reward, wins.
rewarded.
Literally rewarded.
Actually rewarded. But you just
Yeah, I think I mean Scythe is something that comes to my head.
Yeah. I think
Simply.
Scythe is like the biggest one personally, because like.
See, but how many times do you actually get scythed?
No, well,
True.
Where?
No, I did at the regional. Like, I did actually.
Did you?
Actually at
Okay.
the regional, yeah. But like, I think it's more not because I get scythed, but because Scythe is there.
Being sliced.
It's the
Because Scythe
threat
is
of
there.
getting scythed.
Because it means
Yeah.
your deck building is just so shit. Because you're trying to always be able to beat Scythe, right?
See, I kind of agree. I think Scythe is more of a virtual threat.
Yeah.
Like,
'cause,
you don't
I don't
actually
think
get scythed that often.
I don't think you're actually getting scythed that often. But like, I feel like it goes around in circles, right? Because like, there's an event where like you do get scythed, or like Scythe is the one, and then people play to beat Scythe, and then Scythe is no longer the one, and then no one's playing Scythe, and then it just goes full circle, right? And then Scythe is the best
Yeah,
card.
Yeah.
So like,
The UK is rough as well because the UK has a lot of PK.
everyone loves PK here.
People
Everyone
don't
loves
like that
PK.
here. And
Like-
PK is just a force of nature. Like you can't stop it.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, right, like, two of like the most notable UK players being like Tom and JY, right? Like known UK players.
Yeah.
They just have a boner for like PK. So like,
It's level
like,
3s.
It's true. They
I,
like
I
it
love
a
you.
lot.
I love you both, but like you both love PK too much, and like it's just scary knowing that like going into a regional, if both of them in the room, there's a high chance you'll play one of them at some point in the
Yeah.
tournament, and you might just get Scythe game 1-3.
That's actually,
And-
that's
and
actually
someone who has watched their profiles and is playing their exact deck. Whether or not they're as good with it, it doesn't matter. They can still scythe you.
Yeah.
Cloak Boots is more scary than Alpha Zeta. Ash stops Alpha Zeta. Nothing stops Cloak
Nothing
Boots.
stops-
Someone Cloak Special Boots is like panic.
He's panic mode.
Like,
Actually, just
literally
deceased. No.
I won Mystic Mind Band. 1, because I
yeah, I
hate
agree.
when it's activated against me. 2, I hate when I activate it because I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know what
if-
to do.
So in
There's no mana
theory,
seeking my deck on fast.
like I make my opponent go first. They shouldn't have any mine outs. I activate mine, but they sided a mine out because they didn't know what else to do. And then I try and deck them out, and then they activate Cosmic Cyclone, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you got rewarded for playing Cosmic Cyclone against birds. And I just don't want this to happen. I'm not going to play mine anymore because I just don't want to randomly lose to my opponent not wanting to be decked out because I might have mine.
It's
That's
weird.
good.
Mine is. I think mine's a cool card in concept. Weird than like
Yeah,
mine
it's
forces
kind of
some like weird game states that like require a
Yes.
lot of like thoughtful thinking. I know it sounds like a joke.
No,
Like there's a
no,
lot
no.
of times you mine like you gotta like do things with a limited amount of monsters, and then you have those boards say like you have 6 cards, your opponent has 6 cards. However, fuck,
I hate that.
I can't.
It's
Yeah.
so complicated.
There's just too much, and it's weird because people kind of get rewarded for not doing the correct thing, as you said. So it
Yeah.
just creates this weird dynamic. I would really
I
like.
didn't want to play. Yeah, I'm just too scared to play mine. Like I just know I'll fuck up. So I knew you guys were playing mine aside, for instance, this weekend. But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna be
Yeah, I did
hand trapping my opponent for days.
No,
I
like,
decked
mine
out-
is good. Like that is good, but it's just
I decked
annoying.
out one of the opponents at the Brotherhood, and since I did that, I was like, I'm just gonna deck him out every time. Like nobody's gonna have an out.
Yeah.
And now occasionally they will, occasionally they won't. And the times that they won't have an out, I'll push, and then they'll have like, I don't know, imperm nib, droplet nib, something, and then it's like, oh,
I never decked
you
anyone
just
out
win?
this format. Like I always just push. I don't know. I think I don't feel
I don't know
comfortable pressing. Nah, I think like the thing's like you're never gonna stick a mine through like infinite negates. You're gonna stick the mine when like they scythe you or like they or like they have like half board, and then when they have half board, you can like push after. You're not trying just like to mine and pass for a while, so they can. Because if you mine and pass for too long, they will draw. Even if they don't draw the outs, they'll draw like nib, imp, draw whatever. So you kind of need to push eventually. I just feel it's like, think of it as Cosmic Cyclone, not Cosmic Cyclone. From it, Chalice. It's a negate because it trades with most things, but it basically says or it negates or it skips turn.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the way I see it. But I don't like the dynamic. I think like I'm terrified of going first because my opponent can Dark Cooler Mine me at any point. It shivers.
Yeah.
Like
better draw that Imperial Order that hopefully will get banned.
Nothing beats like Dark Cooler Mine or like Droplets Mine. Terraforming Mine. Stressful. I think Vert is a problem. I think Vert is just annoying. Like every time I'm hand trapping this deck, I'm like, okay, but they just like get two monsters together and they summon DP. Now I need to play through DP and clear the follow up next.
Clear the follow up as well. That's the scariest part for me, I think. Like,
yeah, it's more the follow up than the DP itself. So if you look at the breakdown, 1/3 of the top cut play DP, which doesn't seem that much. But if you consider that Birds and Sword Soul can't play it, means that literally every other deck in Yu-Gi-Oh plays it.
Yeah.
Right, like literally everything.
That's kind of scary when you think about it, like in hindsight.
It says it says a lot that like that many decks are playing DP and not that many decks ever used to play Dragoon.
Yeah.
Like DP, like the follow up is like the major part of DP, and the fact you can just draw Fusion Destiny, obviously.
Now, I think the biggest hot take ever was that Dragoon was better than DP. Everyone that said that, I need some checking.
Everybody always used to say, like, in a vacuum, Dragoon is better than DP, but that's not true either.
That's not true.
In a vacuum, we don't have a card to discard for Dragoon, so it does nothing. What are you talking about?
Not needing to discard his heal, it's just like such a better advantage.
I think that's right. Like, personally, I never read DP. I didn't think about it. I never played games with it. Then someone activated Fusion Destiny at locals once. Like the first weekend the card came out, and I was just like mind blown by like how insane this was. Like it wasn't even just DPE. It was just the cards like the Celestial and Dasher and Grave actually, and I was just like, well, fuck, like.
Yeah.
This is just hard to deal with, and then I was just like, okay, it's so much better than like, what's it called, Dragoon in every single way.
I saw someone suggesting you ban Celestial. It's one of those like hot takes. You know what?
It's not the worst idea actually.
I like it.
If you need to keep Verte, if like there's not a world you can ban Verte. I don't know, Konami reason. I actually wouldn't mind Celestial as a hit. Because I don't think DP, the card, is that threatening. I think the issue is that Activate Fusion Destiny is a +2. That shouldn't be there.
Oh, yeah. It was, there was a guy at my locals. He went Fusion Destiny, summon DP, sending Disc Commander Malicious.
Oh, that's base.
In Heroes. And then he went like, I think it was either Liquid Soldier or Monster Reborn the Disc Commander. And I had to go Google the new text for Disc Commander to see what it did, and he couldn't summon it. He either couldn't summon it or couldn't draw. I can't remember which one it was.
You can draw it.
Yeah.
I think
you can't.
You can summon it the turn it's sent to the.
Yeah,
you can draw.
Can't summon. Yes, you can't draw. Basically, you can't. No.
It doesn't work.
No.
But DP can bring it back on the next standby phase.
Yeah. It's like it can't be used. You can't use its effect the turn it was sent to the graveyard.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, drawing chill would be too broken, but sending for Celestial.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No issue with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's a bad take. It's a hot take, not a bad take.
No, I think it's decent. I think it's a decent take.
I mean, really know.
I don't know
I'll try to just touch Verte. I don't think two monsters. You should just be able to just get like fucking Owl, Mirage, and Nibiru and turn them into a DP. Like that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
You have to try at least. It's just generic.
I've always thought it was just bad how like you can get rewarded, like you play through like a bunch of interrupts, and you just have two monsters like Orcus combo. Oh no, wait, two combos DP, Dragoon, whatever. Like it's just. Yeah.
That's what makes like fair hand traps a lot worse as well, right? Because it just doesn't get rid of the monster.
Exactly.
Nah, and DP force like it makes breaking boards a lot harder because one thing is breaking the board, the other is a follow up. no other interrupt generates like as much follow up as EP does for free. So a lot of the decks who just had like follow up issues, now they're just like, okay, so that's. We don't have 3 cards like for the draw, and then left they have,
And the DP comes back.
and the DP. It does.
It do come back. It's kind of stress. Yeah, I don't know. I think the format's not in a terrible place. But
Yeah, it's okay. We've been progressively more acceptable as it
Like-
goes. Like if you watch the podcast, like it started very bad and it's going like, eh.
yeah, like after the Brotherhood event, I actually just did not want to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I
Yeah, but
really didn't. But now,
it's
like
just
I'm getting to a
we-
point where like I'm going to locals this week, and I'm not gonna just sit and trade for a few hours. Like,
At that week, everyone was still playing board breakers. It's such a weird dynamic. Now that everyone kind of gravitated back to hand traps, it's way more, which is cool. It's cool. Until everyone gravitates to board breakers again, then it's.
is it bad I want to play this deck?
You can talk to Hash. He's on Copium right now.
Is he? I'm tempted.
You know, Win summons Fansies, and Fansies is the level 1.
Yo, it's a bird.
Oh, do you know what you do? It's sick. So you summon Doodle, and then you summon the Fansies, and you summon Doomigo. You hard make Doomigo, and you can shuffle DP.
Yeah, I saw. I was looking at this
That is the out.
earlier, and I was like, oh my god.
A real thing people are doing.
That's what
Yes.
Hash is doing.
Yo.
Bro, fucking hard summoning Doomigo, the first time ever. Society has actually put 2 wins into Doomigo.
Although I kind of want to cope. I just want to play like DPE, bro. I just want to like do my combo,
I
then just DP at the end. It seems like.
What do you think of the pure Tri Brigade DP decks?
I think
I
it's
just don't
worse
understand.
words, though.
yeah,
It's
why would you
worse
play
words or
like
worse words.
yeah,
that?
like you could play DP in so many other decks. Why would you play it in like the worst version of like a control deck?
And it's pretty impressive how it conflicts with every single Tri Brigade card.
Yeah.
Like how the Tri Brigade cards are like just meant for you not to
I-
play DP.
I was amazed that you could go like the way to get DP and Revolt is you have to go DP Pop Bearbrum.
You deserve to get Nibiru there like, every time.
Yeah.
You literally deserve.
But you still get Bear Brum, right? Smile.
Yes, but it's just annoying.
For what cost?
But then you get to
Yeah.
draw 2 next turn. It's okay. It fixes everything. Next turn.
And a search. Whoa,
Ooh. Performance playable at least, so you
Yeah.
can.
I feel like
It's not in ruins.
we haven't got anything now between now and Pasadena, right?
It's not that far away.
There is. It's like a month to Pasadena.
Yeah, but there's no like
It's
events because it's Christmas, right?
There is the
That's the-
regional the first week of January.
Yeah, we go into that.
It's in London,
Yeah.
so if we're not doing anything, I'm going. Just get a tube.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
yeah, I mean,
It's like an
but-
LCS at some point, right?
That's what.
Oh yeah, there's
an
an test this weekend. I am
Yeah.
because I'm stuck at home.
Are you playing?
Yes,
Who with?
When is
What's
it?
the
This
team?
weekend?
this weekend I have Paul and Chris.
Of course,
Of course.
of course.
That's just a
Yeah,
staple
yeah.
team now.
Yeah, I'll summon Warbler and they'll probably just play some deck as usual.
Oh, they'll play. Well, Chris.
Christian
Chris will
told us
play
played Birds
whatever-
last week.
Yeah.
I would like to let the world know.
What did he
He did
play?
draw.
What did he
15
play?
hand traps, or
Nah, yeah, he played the same list.
that's wild.
I know, I'll shoot.
Okay.
Only 10 hand traps. What?
Only 10 hand traps. Who was it?
Combo player Christian told me.
Combo Chris. Damn.
The world power is being unleashed.
Yeah, no one's ready for combo Chris.
Nah,
I'm
He
not.
sent me a message at some point. Yo, this is kind of fun. I'm like,
Imagine playing your cards and not just trying to stop your opponent's cards is more fun.
imagine actually trying to do something. Like you
Yeah.
actually have more than one lane.
No way. I didn't know
Shocking.
he was capable. I'm proud.
But he's probably just gonna
And
play.
Paolo-
too many games.
Paolo will still play Melfi Tri Brigade.
Of course.
I actually don't know. We haven't discussed. It's fine. We'll do well. We always do. By the sheer power of Paulo has 2 buys.
Vibes and 2 buys
Vibes
gets you
and
pretty
2
far.
buys.
Vibes and 2 buys.
Oh
That's
my
basically.
God, that is a good
That's
name.
definitely your team name.
That is a good name. That is a good name.
I guess
like
it can't be because it's got to be Fala Galera.
Falagalera. Oh.
It wasn't Falagalar last.
What was it
Was
last
it not?
time?
It's Laughing Spanish man. Because the guy died that
Oh, of
week.
course.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
Well,
know.
has anyone
Maybe
got anything else to
it's-
say?
Can the
Don't need
Gamers of
6
Hero
cheese
guy
whiz.
answer you?
Yes.
Jamie. Answer me, please.
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 I want a nice coloured jersey.
I need to get jerseys for Hash and Cormac as well. But I just
True,
can't.
Hashim's coming. Hashim's in the
Hashim's
UK next
coming.
week.
I know.
Mad.
That's mad.
Oh, meet and greet with Hash. Let's go. Let's
Oh.
go. £10 per visit. Calm.
I think that's prostitution.
He's legal. Anyway, £15 if you want a card signed. Anyway, we're gonna dip because I want to go make some food. We've been on here for 1 hour and 5 minutes 39.
That was long.
So yeah, right. Shout out to the boys. Congrats on topping. Oh, actually, wait. Final question. How was it playing remote duels? Like properly. How was it like topping?
Did you
Or
feel
like-
did you feel like it
How did you
counted?
feel?
Yeah, I did actually. I'm gonna quote myself here, and I'm saying, I'm only saying it counts as a top because it's topped. But like, actually play. I did feel a sense of like, I don't know, achievement. You know, I was happy with it. I think a lot. I would like a large portion of it just because of the nature of the state I was in
Yeah,
the day before. Now how I overcome myself to do well. But no, I was very happy with it. Like obviously it's not as quite as good as a real one or even the last one because it had a lot more players. But I think I was happy to get it because I feel like I had a rocky start with coming back in, you know, going 0-2 at locals the 2 days before. So I think I needed a good pickup to like motivate myself to play a bit more. So that by itself felt pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, I was meant to ask you because I wasn't sure how it was feel because like I remember when I topped that invitational thing, it didn't feel like I topped anything because I just played like a few rounds of basically long locals, and then like, oh, in a couple of weeks I play another event if my stuff arrived. It just didn't feel like I got much. But like that's why I was curious to see your like perception.
I think it felt good to do it all as well. The top cut. I mean, I didn't even make a pass of 16, but like it felt like more like a normal event, I guess, because it was like, okay, now top cut, let's go. Like, kind of thing.
I
rather
remember
than,
for my
like,
one, Top Cut felt so weird like 3 weeks.
I
It
can
just felt
imagine
like
that.
a whole
the
different
whole-
tournament.
The whole like meta, like you already knew what everybody was playing in Top Cut because you would just like ask everybody like,
And
what was
I
this
knew,
person
like,
playing?
I knew like card by card his list.
Yeah.
It just creates like weird dynamic. It didn't feel like as good as if like
Mm.
we just one weekend.
Yeah.
I guess it was good because in a way on the first weekend I was very happy because I didn't lose. So it was basically as if I won the tournament because I did everything that I could, right? Like because the thing is like even if you top and you don't win the tournament, you're always gonna be pissed because you lost at some point. But if the tournament stops, you basically won the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So I was very happy that weekend, then extremely pissed.
Yeah. I was not ready for that, Gabriel.
Oh,
My Dolce
Cool.
Gabe.
bro, I've beaten every other Madochi I played so far after that one. This guy this week, he had 9 cards in hand because I ensemble bounced like everything because now I know Madochi has no way to play if you do
Yeah.
if you don't play. So he had like ticket, and every time I bounced the triggers, and he had to discard 3 for hand limit.
It was all part of the training arc.
I'll part of the training. I'm
Winning
never
Newport
losing.
Regional.
You never know. There'll be an important YCS Top Cut match coming soon your way. Dolce, you know exactly what to do.
Literally.
Yes, same
All
guy
right.
though, JK. Anyway,
Let's go get food.
go get food. Shout out to Not the Gamers Apparel guy, Metamats, Brotherhood, Card Market, Pog. Oh,
Yo, is Rafa getting
Rafa
credit?
gets credit.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, who else? Who else is there? Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, I'm staring at you right now, and thank you. If you're not watching on Spotify, listening on Spotify, go please. I guess. And yeah, leave a like if you want to watch me play Prank Kids, or just subscribe. Cool, thank you.